Tips for getting latte or soda out of your keyboard. For the first time in my entire life yesterday, I accidentally spilled some latte in my ergonomic keyboard. The keys are starting to stick a bit now, and I was just wondering if there was some way to get those keys unstuck short of buying a new keyboard. Update. Ironically, berry blast naked juice. After watching a video from Russia on YouTube on how to clean the keyboard, I tried nearly the same thing on my keyboard. I just took the keys off and washed them in the sink. The keyboard still works, but I had to wait an entire week for the thing to dry out enough for use. Although the keys looked dry to me when I initially reinstalled them in the keyboard, my belief is that there was still some water drops lodged in the dark/hollow cylinders that extend up into the key. These water droplets are probably what caused all of the extra J's I would get when pressing the backspace key when I first tried it out a week ago. After a week of letting it dry out, it seems to work again. A small note about reinstalling the spacebar. Also, one more tip I would like to add: if you are reinstalling the spacebar, make sure that the connected side of the wire is attached to the actual spacebar key. It snaps right into place. Also, the disconnected part of the gray wire that lies below the spacebar should fit between the two planks that jettison away from the back and forward key/cap locks indicator lights.
Unplug the KB immediately. Use a thin instrument to gently but firmly start popping keys from numeric keypad and work your way left. When you've removed all the keys, soak them and the keyboard in warm soapy water. This is very important. The keyboard itself will take quite some time to dry out and may need the assistance of a hair dryer or fan.
Somewhat controversially, throw it in a dishwasher. Pro plus how to, Scott Michella. Against, NPR. Anecdotally, worked great for me, but make sure you let it sit for a day or two to let it dry completely. Water doesn't hurt electronics, water hurts electronics that have power to them. Otherwise, yes, pop the keys off and wash, clean those. It's a long process, but it does tend to work well.
My suggestion is similar to the one above, only I suggest using isopropyl alcohol as your cleaning agent. Isopropyl alcohol has several advantages over soapy water. Soapy water is conductive, and if you do not remove a sufficient amount of the residue, you will still have issues with the keyboard operation. Generally speaking, it is easiest to just take the keyboard apart and separate the key assembly from the backing circuit board itself. Once you have the circuit board removed from the key assembly, you now have access to all of the contacts the keys use. Use a paper towel or a Q-tip to scrub the contacts for best results. The picture below shows the most common keyboard contact type. There is a conductive rubberized material that bridges the contacts and registers the key being pressed. At the end of this process, the isopropyl alcohol will evaporate within a minute or two. Once this happens, you are clear to reassemble and then keep on trucking.
If you have access to a data center, machine room, with a big AC unit pushing air into a raised floor plenum, after you clean the keyboard, open up the raised floor and put your keyboard right under the blowing air conditioner. It's a great source of high volume dry air.
If you want to board it now, please consider rating as inspiring.